Dear students, welcome to the science class of 7th standard. We are started with the chapter 4, that is heat. In the last class we are discussed about the what is heat, why heat is useful, what is measure of hotness and coldness, how we are going to measure the hotness or coldness by sense of touch, and sense of touch is why it is not a reliable source for identification or measuring of the hotness or coldness by doing an activity. In the last class we already discussed about the measurement of heat. How we are going to measure the heat? By using a temperature. Temperature is nothing but the measure of hotness. Right. Now how we are going to measure the temperature? Temperature is measured by a device known as thermometer. Thermometer is nothing but the measurement of what? Temperature. Therm means heat and meter means a device to measure those things. Now in that thermometers, in our syllabus we have two types of thermometers. One is clinical thermometer, another one is laboratory thermometer. By the name itself we can identify the clinical thermometer and laboratory thermometer. Clinical thermometer is nothing but the thermometer which is used in the clinics, in the hospitals, to check the temperature of body of human beings. Right. In the same manner, laboratory thermometers are nothing but the thermometers which are used in the laboratories to check the temperature of various reactions, temperature of various equipments, not equipments, various liquids which are used in the practical levels. Now today we are going to discuss about the clinical thermometer only. What is clinical thermometer? Where we can going to use the clinical thermometer? What is the parts of the clinical thermometer? What is the work of the parts of the clinical thermometer? How to use a clinical thermometer? How to read a clinical thermometer? In the same manner, what will be the precautions to take to use clinical thermometers? Those things we are going to discuss in today's class. Now first thing, all of us have seen the clinical thermometer when we go to the clinic or in our home, right? When we go to the clinic, when we are suffering from fever, when we go to the clinic, doctor uses clinical thermometer to check our body temperatures. Generally we can say that clinical thermometer is nothing but it is the measure of the body temperature. When you see the clinical thermometer looks like this. Here the diagram is not that accurate. You can see your diagram in your textbook, right? Clinical thermometer looks like this, right? Now what is the use of clinical thermometer? And what is actually clinical thermometer? Clinical thermometer is nothing but the thermometer is that measures our body temperature. The thermometer that clinical thermometer is nothing but the thermometer that measures our body temperature. The thermometer which we are going to use for checking our body temperature, your body temperature of human being is nothing but the clinical thermometer. The general diagram of clinical thermometer looks like. Now we are going to see the various parts of the clinical thermometer. Now how does clinical thermometer looks like? Here it is smaller, here it is bigger, and here uniform length, uniform size here. Right, that can be given as a clinical thermometer consists of long, narrow, uniform glass tube. This is the whole thing. It is long, it is narrow, and it is made up of what? It is made up of glass tube. Right, we can say that clinical thermometer consists of long. It is long, narrow, uniform glass tube. Long, narrow, uniform glass tube. It is long and it is narrow and it has the uniform width. Right, made up of what? It is made up of glass tube. Why we are making those things with glass? Because glass is a transparent medium. By this we can see the readings which is coming inside the thermometer. For that reason we are going to use glass here. right? Second thing, this is the whole thing is made up of glass, and it is looks like this. And next, when we come like this in this side, here is a smaller, it becomes smaller here, and here it is silver color, some liquid is there inside it. That liquid is nothing but it looks like bulb, and this bulb contains what? Bulb contains mercury. The bulb contains mercury. It is made up of, it is also made up of glass, but inside it we are going to keep the mercury, right? Here this end contains bulb, contains a bulb. Here in this end it contains a bulb, right, which is filled with mercury, Mercury is nothing but it is an element, it is a metal, right? We know about the metals. In those metals, it is the only metal which is present in the liquid form. That metal, mercury metal, we are going to use in the bulb of this clinical thermometer. Again last, in this clinical thermometer, we have a glass tube, we have a glass bulb here which is filled with the mercury. When we see closely to this, we have a thread here, inside a thread that contains the measurement scale. That thread is filled with the mercury again. When we put that thermometer inside our mouth, it is going to show there will be the movement of the mercury. Then we are going to see the movement of mercury in this thread like structure, right? It consists of, again third part will be, it consists of shining thread of mercury. It consists of shining thread of mercury, right? We came to know about the various parts of this clinical thermometer. First one is glass tube, which is narrow and which is long and has a uniform length. In the same manner, we came to know about the bulb which is present at one end, and it is filled with what? It is filled with the mercury which is silver in color. In the same manner, we have a thread which is filled with the mercury again. The thread is nothing but we have a scale there. By that scale we are going to measure our body temperature. When the movement of mercury starts in this scale, then when we are going to identify the body temperatures, right? These are all things of the clinical thermometer. These are all parts of the clinical thermometer. Now we came to know about the parts of the clinical thermometer. Now next thing we are going to see how to measure or how to read a clinical thermometer, right? How to read a clinical thermometer. We have to read it. Why? We have to check the body temperatures. Now first of all, we have to note the temperature difference indicated between two marks. We have to note that temperature difference indicated between two marks. Now take example. I hope this is clear. I am going to rub this, erase this, right? Note the temperature difference indicated between the two marks. Now we have a scale here. We can take our scale also. We have a scale of 15 centimeters. Now it starts from 0, here it will be 1, here it will be 2, here it will be 3, here it will be like 4, up to so on. Like this scale, here also will be a scale will be there inside this clinical thermometer. We have to read those things. Now you have to check the length between 2 points. The length between 2 points, it will be A and B. In the same manner, we have to check the temperature difference between the two marks. Now from A and B, it will be how much? It will be 1 centimeter. In the same manner, when we take a clinical thermometer scale and take the temperature difference, we have to take the temperature difference between the 2 points or 2 marks. Let this one mark, this will be the second mark, this will be the third mark. Here we are going to take the AB, or we are going to take from 0 to 1. In the same manner, we are going to take the two marks which are present on the clinical thermometers, like here 35 to 36 or 36 to 37 or 37 to 38. Here I will write it as 36, 37, 38 and it will be 39 up to 42. Right. Next what we have to do, note down the number of divisions shown by a smaller marks. Right. When we take our scale which we are going to use for the geometry purpose, it is of 15 centimeter. When we take the 2 points or 2 bigger marks on those scale, we will get a smaller marks like this. Right, smaller divisions 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. This one will be the fifth one. Right, here we have the smaller divisions in our scale. In the same manner, in clinical thermometer scale also, between 2 marks there will be the smaller divisions. The number of smaller divisions will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The number of the smaller divisions will be how much? They will be 5. Right. And the scale which is present in the clinical thermometer is indicated in degrees Celsius. One scale will be indicated in degrees Celsius, another scale will be indicated in degree Fahrenheit. We have both the readings. Upper side it will be degree Celsius, in downward side it will be a degree Fahrenheit. Right. We have to, right. Now here we are going to check here we are studying about the how to read a thermometer. Now first we mark the 2 big divisions, big marks. In those marks we note down the number of divisions shown in by a smaller marks. Here in this clinical thermometer, smaller divisions are how much? Smaller divisions are equal to 5. Here the smaller divisions are 5. That means 1 division equal to how many degrees Celsius? We have to calculate. 1 division equal to, here in this case, 1 division equal to, the difference between both the marks is 1 degree Celsius divided by how many divisions are present there? 5. 1 divided by 5 equal to how much? It can be written as 0.2 degrees Celsius. That means 1 division equal to how much? 0.2 degrees Celsius. The division present in these scales, 1 division equal to 0.2 degrees Celsius, 2 division equal to 0.4 degrees Celsius. In the same manner, third division equal to 0.6 degrees Celsius. 1 division equal to 0.2 degrees Celsius, and the smaller divisions, number of the smaller divisions are how much? How many? 5. Now when you mark this, when you read those things, when you came to know those things, next what we have to do? We have to wash the thermometer with a antiseptic solution. Right. We have to wash the thermometer with an antiseptic solution. We have to use those thermometers to check our body temperature. Now for example, if I am going to check my body temperature, I have to put that thermometer inside our mouth. That means the thermometer which is kept outside, it may be contaminated. Contaminated means nothing but it may be surrounded by a bacteria, or it may be surrounded by a virus, it may be surrounded by the fungus, it's surrounded by the microorganisms, or it may be surrounded by the dust. For that reason, first of all, we are going to clean it, or what we have to do? We have to use the antiseptic solution. Now for cleaning clinical thermometer, first we are going to wash it with hot water. The first thing we are going to do the washing with hot water. The hot water should not be exceed the temperature 37 degrees Celsius, 42 degrees Celsius, warm water. If that, in that case, if the temperature exceeds, it is chances of the thermometer getting damaged will be very high. For that reason, we are not going to use hot water. First, we are going to clean the clinical thermometer with a filtered water or filtered water. Then we are going to use the antiseptic solutions. Antiseptic solutions are nothing but which are going to destroy all the microorganisms which are present on that clinical thermometer, and it will be suitable for us to use to check our body temperatures. Next fourth thing. What we have to do? We have to hold that clinical thermometer firmly. Let this be the clinical thermometer. We have already checked the scale of days. We have already checked the division of days. We have already washed the thermometer with antiseptic solution. It doesn't have any bacteria now, any microorganisms now. It is ready to use. Now next what we have to do? We have to hold it firmly and give it some jerks. We have to hold it firmly. We have washed it. We have to hold it firmly. And then what we have to do? We have to give some jerks. Jerks is nothing but you have to do like this. Why we have to do like this? Because if the temperature, if the mercury level is higher in this scale, if the mercury level, I want the mercury level at the initial point. If it doesn't jerk this, the initial point will be bit higher than that of that scale. And we can't accurately measure our body temperature if that scale of mercury level will be higher. For that reason we have to give 2 to 3 jerks. Up to what point? Up to the mercury level comes to the initial point. Right. In the final stage, place the bulb of the thermometer under your tongue. We have to place the bulb. Let this be the bulb. And this will be the holder. We shouldn't hold this bulb here. We should hold the thermometer here only. We are going to give the jerk and we are going to put that thermometer inside our mouth, beneath our tongue, under our tongue, like this, inside the mouth, but not upon the tongue. It will be beneath, it will be under the tongue. Then we have to keep that thermometer there for how many minutes? For 1 minute. After that we are going to remove that thermometer and we are going to check the reading. While checking the reading, it should be straight and it is going to show the accurate body temperature. In this way we have to read the clinical thermometers. The various steps which are used in the clinical thermometers are nothing but first we have to mark the 2 marks, temperature difference between 2 marks. Then we are going to note down the number of divisions shown by the smaller marks, which we are already calculated. 1 division equal to how many degrees Celsius? It is equal to 0.2 degree Celsius. In the third case, we have to wash the thermometer with antiseptic solution to remove all the bacteria which are present on that thermometer. In the fourth case, we have to hold it firmly and give it some jerks to get the mercury level into the initial position. In the last case, we have to place the bulb of the thermometer under our tongue. In the last step, we have to keep the thermometer for 1 minute. Then we are going to take it out, and lastly, we are going to check. We are going to check our doctors are going to check the temperature of our body. By that things, he is going to say that you are suffering from fever or not, right? You are suffering from any disease or not. Right, in this way we are going to read a clinical thermometer. Next, we came to know that about what is clinical thermometer, how it is made up of, the parts of the clinical thermometers, how to read a clinical thermometer. Next, we are going to see something about the clinical thermometer. Now, what will be the range of the clinical thermometer? In this scale, we have from 0 centimeter to the 15 centimeter. In the same manner, it has a range, its own range. That range is nothing but from 35 degrees Celsius to the 42 degrees Celsius. Range of the clinical thermometer is nothing but from 35 degrees Celsius to the 42 degrees Celsius. Why? Because our body temperature never comes below the 35 degrees Celsius. In the same manner, our body temperature never ever go above the 42 degrees Celsius. It is the range of our body temperature. In the same manner, the normal temperature of our body, human body, is average temperature, normal temperature of human body is 37 degrees Celsius. If it exceeds 37 degrees Celsius, then we can tell that the boy or the patient or the person is suffering from fever. In this way, this is the range of the clinical thermometer and the normal body temperature of human being. Next, we are going to discuss about some precautions which should be taken while using the clinical thermometer. What will be the precautions we have to take while using a clinical thermometer? right? Now everyone can use the clinical thermometer. Every person, every student, every doctor can use a clinical thermometer, but there should be some conditions, there should be some precautions to be taken to that the clinical thermometer doesn't get damaged. Now the first precaution will be thermometer should be washed before and after use. The first precaution will be what thermometer should be washed. Thermometer should be washed before and after use. We have to wash the thermometer before and after the use. How it feels to use a thermometer which is kept under a mouth, inside a mouth of another person? Is it possible to immediately use that thermometer which is using by another person, which is kept inside his mouth? Directly is going to remove it, and it is possible to directly we can add in our mouth? It feels good? No way. It is just like, it doesn't feel good, and it is like, for that reason it is like just, sorry, if that person is given like that directly only, if he is suffering from some disease, the disease is also going to come to us. If the thermometer is given directly to us, it may be contain some microorganisms, and first of all we are not going to eat anyone's angel. Why should we are going to use that thermometer which is put in the person's mouth? For that reason, first of all we have to do, we have to clean it, and after using that thermometer again we have to again clean it. The first precaution should be what? It should be cleaned before and after use with an antiseptic solution. With antiseptic solution, it should be cleaned with antiseptic solution. In the second precaution to use a clinical thermometer would be, ensuring the mercury level should be below 35 degrees Celsius. It should be below 35 degrees Celsius. If I am going to check my body temperature is 36 degrees Celsius. In reality it is 36 degrees Celsius or 37 degrees Celsius. Right, I am not suffering from any fever. But in the thermometer it already shown 30 degrees Celsius. And again I am going to directly use that and putting in my mouth to check my body temperature. What value it is going to show? It is going to show 38 degrees Celsius. But actually what is my body temperature now? 37 degrees Celsius. There is a variation in body temperature. To accurately predict my body temperature, what will I have to do? I have to ensure the mercury level which is present in the thermometer should be below 35 degrees Celsius. Right? Now what I have to do? I have to do, third thing will be, I am not going to write it, it is easy one. Read the thermometer keeping the level of mercury along the line of sight. Right? While reading the mercury level, we should have a line of sight. It should be in line with our sight, like this or like this. We can clearly see the line of mercury level. Therefore, that reason it should be in our line of sight. Next, fourth thing, handle the thermometer with care. We should handle the thermometer with care. Thermometer should be handled with care. Handling thermometer with care. Why with care? While jerking, while washing, if I jerk very quickly, if I wash very quickly, there is a chances of damaging the bulb. Which consists of mercury. If we damage that bulb, then the whole clinical thermometer is going to get damaged. Another thing, mercury is an poisonous element. If mercury is an poisonous element, when we break the bulb, mercury is going to come out and it will be poisonous to us. For that reason, we should handle the thermometer with very care, and we shouldn't break the bulb at any cost. If we break the bulb, the thermometer is going to damage. In the same manner, what is going to get damaged? What is we are going to get? We are going to get poison in the form of mercury. And last thing, we shouldn't hold the bulb of the thermometer. If it is the bulb and it is the thermometer, we should hold like this. We shouldn't hold like this. If you hold like this, there is a chances of breaking the thermometer. In the same manner, we have the body temperature. When we hold the bulb, our body temperature going to be predicted by this thermometer. There will be the rise in the mercury level. If there is the rise in the mercury level, when we are going to put this again in another person's mouth, then there will be the no accurate results are going to come. These are all precautions we should take. This is it for today's class. I hope everyone understood. Now I am going to give an activity. You should take it as homework and you should make the list. Now there is in the page number 37, there is activity 4.3. Measure the body temperature of the sum of your friends, at least 10, with a thermometer. Right? You have to make the list. You have to write a name and you have to measure the body temperature. You have to do these things. And when you take those body temperature of the 10 persons, analyze all the body temperatures and came to a conclusion that what will be the average body temperature of human beings and what will be the range of body temperature of human beings. Already I have given, but you have to check, we have to do an activity, we have to prove that the things which are given in the textbooks are correct. For that reason you should do these things. Again, in the next class we are going to see about the laboratory thermometer, as well as we are going to discuss about the digital thermometer. Right? Thank you.